Hello everyone, and welcome to Session 13 of Baldur's Gate 3 5th Edition. Last time, we escaped the cave spiders, relatively unharmed, and without wanting to risk losing our lives by going any deeper, we left and carried along a country pass where we found a dog, and whilst trying to befriend the dog attacked us, but in my opinion, you simply cannot kill a dog. So, we ran away and jumped into the blacksmith's furnace room, and that loaded us into a different area. Now, I checked, and there is no formal way to disengage a combat so that it ends. You can disengage an enemy so that you can not be hit by an attack of opportunity as you leave, but there is no formal way to stop a fight occurring. So, now that we are not in initiative because we've all jumped down this hole, we are going to proceed to an exit and see then if the dog is still hostile towards us, if it's still there, or if we can possibly consider carrying on in some other direction. Rogue with dark vision, you can go at the front please, thank you Astarion. And here we have the shabby wooden doors. Well, we are not immediately thrust into initiative, which is good. The dog was somewhere out on this pass. I can see the pool of blood from his owner there, but I can't see the dog itself, which I guess is a positive sign, because that means we don't have to murder said dog. But we are pretty wasted at the moment, as in not well, as opposed to drunk. If we see what's going on, Shadowheart has no spells. Gale has 2. Astarion has 1. And we have 1, but we do get ours back on a short rest. So I'd really like to find a small encounter we can use the last of our skills with to utilize what we have before we take our first long rest of the game. Rum and wine, why not? I know that up here there's this encounter with the windmill. As far as I'm aware, that's quite an intense fight with lots of players if things don't go our way. I'm tempted to revisit this shabby wooden door situation, but we are one hit away from death ourselves. But better the fight you're aware of than the one you're not, I suppose. And we could probably burn... If we burn our short rest now, do we have any spells that can benefit us before we spend it? That's an invocation. Is this an invocation as well? Yes, it's just an action, not a spell slot and an action. We don't have anything to hex. So we have no benefit for spending our spell slot before we short rest, because as a warlock we get back our spell slots on a short rest. But otherwise, I think we will use that short rest, heal up ourselves a little bit and everyone else probably up to their maxes, and from there see if we can't complete this encounter behind shabby wooden doors, and then consider our first long rest. So we will short rest here. Everyone heals quite nicely. And I suppose we will strategically position ourselves before breaching this door. Let's break up the party so we can all stand in different locations. Eldritch Blaster. Come hang out here. Possibly over there. Gale, what do you have going on for you? Probably want to be utilizing Witch Bolt here. But there's not very much in the way of cover. And I guess Shadowheart, that leaves you doing the talking. And we do have a scroll of inflict wounds she can cast if she needs to, because otherwise we're just going to be on cantrips and mace duty. So let's go and see what the hubbub's about, shall we?
As you approach, a guttural scream and a succession of quick bangs rattled the door. Then a low moan. Someone, or something, is having a bit of fun.
Go away!
I mean, we haven't come this far to just leave, right? I think we missed a piece of conversation there.
What the hell are you doing?
This is the kind of fun Shadowheart would be interested in. I think she could go for a wild ride.
Ruined. Smash. Oh, smash you!
Wow, that is an encounter. Right, well, Shadowheart has joined the fray. We will get everybody else going in pseudo-initiative. Or we won't. Oh, there we go. Can we get into the initiative, please? Alright, we're all in initiative. Shadowheart is up first. Have we got any AoE explodey stuff in Shadowheart's inventory? Soul coin, a heap of weapons. In a word, no. Okay, let's cantrip and then retreat, I think. Bootha. Good. 5 points of damage. And move over here, please, and thank you. Is this just going to go straight to Gale for some reason I don't understand, or... I do not understand this initiative system. And that really hurt. And we're now floating on the rock. Well, a miss is welcome. And then we're back to Shadowheart. They're certainly not undead. Good, solid start. Silver. I regret not being closer to have shattered earlier, but there you have it. I guess we'll be starting with a hex. Excuse me, a hex. And an Eldritch Blast. Oh, that's a hit. Good work, sir. Right, you are not on this initiative. Which is kind of terrifying. But I guess we'll just have to deal with it. We do have 2 scrolls of Cure Wounds, but I think Gale's looking to get hit this turn anyway, so there's... We can spend the turn after he goes down casting... Did I say Inflict Wounds? I meant Healing Word, We can cast Healing Word after he goes down rather than before. Excellent. Right, Astarion. Can we get in melee range? We can, so we could strike twice. Alright, that did both attacks for us, it seems. Shame we can't eke out 3 more hit points of damage, but so be it. And a good kite of that attack. Gale. Not an ideal place to be. Paralyze a humanoid creature. Is this a humanoid? Ogre giant. I don't think so. I think that counts as a monstrous race. So that probably isn't going to help. Thunderwave will hit both of those and possibly give us enough room to disengage. So that seems like a great plan. Excellent. And then, just, got any cover? Possibly. I guess this is our best shot at cover. No bonus action to spend. Back to Shadowheart. This person's dex saving throw does not seem to be great, and that is good for us. Silvar, you can move the hex that you cast earlier. And then Eldritch Blast. Good stuff. That's you done. Oh. That's fun. Good job, Gale. Quick on your feet. I kind of don't want to get engaged in toe-to-toe combat, if I'm honest. That said, we're about to long rest, so spell slots are kind of use them or lose them. So in that regard, that should give us a good amount of advantage on any attacks that we're about to make. We have 1 second level spell slot left. We'd have disadvantage on ranged attacks because they're now laying down. Don't really want to hit them with a stick either. So we'll pass over to those with melee attacks because they'll get advantage because the other creature is now prone. And let's go with the smash. A nice crit, but it didn't play the D20 animation, which is odd. Attack roll 18, critical. I have no idea why we crit on an 18. That isn't something that should have happened as far as I'm aware. But hopefully this might be a killing blow now. That went about as smoothly as I can imagine, to be honest. So let's have everyone regroup. Pick some pockets, see what's in this barn, and then be on our way to a long rest, I think. All of the riches in the world. A ladle worth 1 gold and 0 weight. Sure. Anything inside? A mangled corpse. I hope that wasn't the impetus for the noises that we heard earlier. And a whole pork loin? That'll be a feast for tonight. Right, quick glance around the room. You never know what you might find. Often nothing, but... Oh, and Astarion wants a quick chat. Alright, we'll do that in a moment. A great club, some scale mail armor, a leather helmet. We're carrying too much. Okay. Fortunately, everyone's together. +2 medium armor, +2 dex. Sorry, 14 plus dexterity, disadvantage on stealth rolls. Shadowheart, what are you wearing? Chain shirt, 13 +2, no disadvantage. Well, you can hold on to that for now, and also take some of these heavy weapons, please and thank you. Okay, and what else was there? A leather helmet. Rope, I'm not interested in. Chest, cabinet, hammer, greatsword. Pitchfork, I'm not interested in. Hey, stuff. Stuff we can trade for goods and services. Let's take Silvar to have this conversation.
Well, what did you make of that? Oh, I've seen worse. Gnomes can be...
Well, I can't imagine what experiences he's had with gnomes. Don't need to read that book. So, that is... I don't think I've read this book, though. That is about as much as I wanted to get done before we long rest. However, there is a rule that comes into play here. Rule number 3. No fast travel or camp travel except when located next to an ancient rune circle. So traditionally the game would let you click this button up here by the minimap and go to the camp and end the day. But for us, we must be at a rune circle in order to achieve that, because we are mere novices of magic. We do not have the capabilities of traveling so far without extra resources. But I believe we saw one in this town. If we didn't see it, I certainly know it's there. Food? I think I just took all of that by mistake. There it is. So now that we have come to the ancient rune circle, we can click it and fast travel somewhere, but doing that can take you to camp, but will not initiate the long rest. So now that we are located next to an ancient rune circle, we can click the go to camp and end the day button. And we will end our first formal adventuring day of Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition. Next time we'll end up going to camp, and I will go over the consumption of food and water in order to long rest, as that is a requirement per rule number 2. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you next time at camp. Cheers!